So it happened. Today we had the first drip specific AMA, and Forex came in and he discussed specifically some maybe 15-20 questions that were asked by the community. It was about an hour and a half to 2 hour AMA that I think was very well structured. It was easy to understand, and it was something that a lot of you guys might not have time to listen to it in full. So I decided to just do a small recap. So this should be a short video. I just took down some notes of some of the most critical points of that AMA that I think a lot of you might benefit from, and this probably explains why in the next short term, if this stays consistent, if we are actually going to do a weekly AMA and ask me everything, ask me anything by Forex, then we might see some good price stability for the next few weeks. All right, so let's get right into the video. So he first started off by talking about the drip that is currently in the circulating supply. So basically that's the ones, the drip tokens that are currently in the wallets, right? So there's about 1.55 million dripped in wallets. So he emphasized that by saying, it's very well distributed across all of the wallets, which is a good sign, and it's very low at the very top end. And that means that if you look at the biggest whale, for example, that whale has 0.7% of the circulating supply in their wallet, which is very good in the sense that if, for example, that whale would dump the whole thing today, which thankfully they are not because they believe in the ecosystem, hopefully. If they would dump the whole thing today, it's not really that good because they would effectively lower the price. However, it's not going to damage the price that much, and it's not going to hurt the project that much. And this just shows that the contract is running smoothly as intended. Okay. So his plan to get that circulating supply out of the wallets and into the contracts is first of all to figure out some utility, and he's thinking of different projects, but something like Scratchies, for example, would be a good utility for what's to come in the future. He's thinking of figuring out a way for people to claim that drip from their wallets or from their faucets, and instead of putting it in their wallet, actually putting it in another project within the ecosystem where they could benefit by earning some yield, right? By earning some yield, they'll have some kind of incentive to remove from their wallet, put it into the contracts, whether it's locked or not locked. Nothing is clear yet. He just said that we are working on some things, and as soon as we have a bit more information, we'll discuss that in further detail. But he was thinking of something to generate yield passively, and he's working on the ideas. Nothing is clear yet as to what that could be. Emphasizing on marketing and working on the drip UI, drip layer 2, and there's some exciting things that he wants to do for the drip UI that I think a lot of you are going to like, which I'm going to jump into in a few minutes. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few weeks ago, a few days ago now, I spoke on this video, the Forex Shark single asset drip pool. I have a solution. So my solution to this single asset drip pool would have been to transfer some funds from your faucet directly to the reservoir. That way you could keep it there and earn BNB passively. Now, Forex touched on that a bit today, and I don't know if it was through my video, which I hope it would have been, but he touched on that today, and he said that it wouldn't be a great idea. He said it wouldn't be the best idea, and the way he explained it was the reservoir is a BNB staking contract, in the sense that if you would send if anybody would send their drip from the faucet to the reservoir, they would have to sell some of that drip to get some BNB to have it staked. So it would kind of have some price depreciation, right? So it would lower the price. It would have a negative impact on the price, basically. So then he said something to the effect of they're thinking of another solution that would send the drip from your faucet. This is a great idea. Send your drip from your faucet to the animal farm and stake it over there tax-free. Now that would first of all keep it in the ecosystem, price stability, and it would probably cause some incentive where the drip that is stacked over there would come back into the faucet and keep the drip in the ecosystem a bit further, which would be great because you would be able to claim it tax-free, and the only thing you would have to do is just send some BUSD, I think, to the contract over there so that the pair could be linked together. And still, he didn't explain exactly how that would be done because he's still working on it, but he said that is something that they're planning and that is something that he wants to do. So that's in the works right now. Then a lot of people asked about the mechanics. Would he ever think of changing the mechanics, the 1% per day? A lot of people asked about the referral system, and he said from day one, he made a promise to himself and to everybody that invested in the project in the beginning that he won't change the mechanics, and he knows that it's working well. And today on the Twitter Spaces, on Drip to Wealth Twitter Spaces, we discussed the fact that Forex, when he talks, he just seems so confident that you don't know if he's at all phased by the price action of drip, because he doesn't care about the price. He doesn't care about price estimations for the future. All he says is the contract is working as intended. The mechanics are the best that there is in DeFi right now. We're the only project in DeFi that's paying out to their investor 1% per day as the contract is intended to do. So he thinks that everything is okay and nothing needs to be changed in the mechanics, but he was talking about adding a second layer basically to the reservoir, into the faucet, to incentivize people to jump back into the contracts. Now, the other thing that he touched on, which is I think the most important piece of this AMA, is that he just hired, or he just had an interview with a team of 3 to 4 dev team that is going to be hired specifically and focus on the drip UI, drip layer 2, and he wants to add some incentives on it. So one of the incentives that he wanted to add for new investors would be to add a link to the Chrome store to download the MetaMask application, like the MetaMask wallet on the browser, which would help add the Binance Smart Chain network onto the wallet right away. That way nobody has to go through the process of adding the codes and everything. So that would incentivize people to buy some drip right away. And the most important thing that he mentioned as well is that he wants to add the on-ramp API on the new layer of drip, which is amazing. Like, this is exactly what we wanted for a long time. But what he emphasized on a bit further is that there's also going to be an off ramp, and a lot of people have been wondering, is this going to be just an on ramp or an off ramp as well? So he kind of briefly touched on an off ramp and an on ramp. Now, we don't know exactly how the off ramp is going to be, like, because Forex really focuses on everything being decentralized. So if you're taking your funds here and sending it to your bank, it's kind of like centralized. So there's like a fine line. So he's figuring out a way to do the off ramp in a way that is still decentralized. All right. So these are the most important critical parts of the AMA. Before we end today's video, I wanted to just go over the $1 drip video that I did, because I promised you guys that once I hit 500 subscribers, I would do a 5 drip giveaway. So let's just do that together, because we did hit 503 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. That's wonderful. So, okay, we're going to go ahead, filter duplicates. 10. Okay, let's see who the winner is going to be for the 5 drip giveaway. Congratulations, Mike. This guy, second time he wins a drip giveaway. Amazing. I'm so happy for it. Airdrop. Thank you so much for the support, Mike. I know you're always here hustling. Always liking the videos. All right, perfect. There you go, Mike. So you got your 5 drip. Congratulations, and thank you guys again for the support on the video. It got almost 800 views in one day. That's absolutely incredible. And we also got a comment from Drip Guide, which is absolutely incredible. I don't know how I made it to this position, but I'm very happy that Brandon was able to come and watch the video. If you guys have any questions, if you guys like the video, if you guys want to support the channel, please go ahead and share this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Actually, before we end the video, I just want to show you guys my shirt. What do you guys think? Like the shirt? Bullish on drip, yo.